Alright guys, today we're going to do 5 takeaways from the Bengals' first block of training camp. Keep in mind that as training camp goes on, the intensity level of training camp also goes up. So you start slow, you condition your body, you start like without pads and equipment, then you get into pads and equipment, and then you really start ramping it up. Is this way to avoid injuries of players, you condition your body, then you go bam, full blown craziness. You get to the preseason, then you get to the regular season. So starting off right away, number one is going to be about Joe Burrow will miss several weeks with an injury. Now, at the end of the day, he'll be out for 3 weeks with a calf strain. It's a grade 1, so it's not that, horrendous of a thing. Yes, you never want to see your star quarterback go down with injury, but it is what it is, and thankfully, it wasn't worse than what it is, right? We got very lucky that this was just simply a grade 1 and not a grade 2 or grade 3. Now, this shouldn't really change too much because Burrow did get 2 days of training camp and also OTAs and also, mini camp before this injury. He's the best quarterback in the league, let's be honest. So it's not like he needs that much practice to go out there and perform at a top level. But at the end of the day, though, it really comes down to conditioning your body to get your body to a point where you can play a regular season game. Now, he will come back around in probably a week or so before the regular season does start. Regular season is in 5 weeks. So he will be able to at least have a week and a half of practice and be up to game speed before the season does kick off. But again, it is scary whenever this kind of stuff happens because any setbacks could be a problem moving forward that, it is what it is. Trevor Siemian and Jake Browning will be splitting reps with the first teams moving forward in training camp. The Bengals did pick up 2 more quarterbacks, obviously for the 3rd and 4th team. So we should see some more faces in training camp. And hopefully everything works out when it comes to Joe Burrow's injury. Number 2. Cheeto is still working his way back. So yes, recently we reported at the first day of training camp, Cheeto was, of course, taken off the PUP list, and he was cleared to play. Now, that does not mean he's going to go out there and play every single snap and be at the highest level possible that we know he can be at. That simply would not make sense, right? You want to, give him his rest, slowly transition him back into training camp, and, you don't have to, do everything in one day, right? You want to make sure he heals correctly and properly so that you're not pushing him too far. From what it says right here, from what the Bengals cornerback coach Chuck Burks has been able to see, he's impressed with where Cheeto is in his recovery. To see him on the field going through his technique, going through individual, he looks explosive, Burks said. It's almost like he never skipped a beat. He doesn't even wear a brace, so you wouldn't even think he's coming off an ACL tear. And again, this is absolutely amazing news, right? Going into the season, we need our secondary as, clear from injury as possible because we have younger safeties, really starting to take control of this defense. But again, like I said, they're not going to over push Cheeto. They're not going to make him do things that he doesn't want to do. So everything he's doing in training camp is strictly based on what he wants to do / what he's able to do. So that's what we can kind of get from with that Cheeto. Cam Taylor-Britt. Woo! He has been going off in training camp, him and DJ Turner, but based on a small sample size so far, the one-on-one battles between Bengals top receiver Jamar Chase and Cincinnati young starting corner Cam Taylor-Britt has drawn a lot of attention. With Cheeto not participating in team drills, again, recovering from injury, Taylor-Britt draws the assignment of guarding the number 1 receiver, Chase. Taylor-Britt says he feels light years ahead of where he was at this time last year when he's going up against Chase, or especially when he's going up against Chase. According to Cam Taylor-Britt, Chase has his number right now, but he's playing to keep fighting back. And to be honest, Chase can beat any cornerback in the NFL, even the best of the best. So I wouldn't say that's actually, a shot in any way at Cam Taylor-Britt. By going up against Chase every day in practice, there's no question Taylor Britt will continue to improve and be primed for a breakout second season in the NFL. 1000%. Who wouldn't want to go against him every day? I'm a competitor. He's a competitor. And we just go at it every day. And yeah, if you want to perfect your craft in the NFL at cornerback, if you want to become the best of the best, go against the best of the best receiver-wise, right? Because then you're just getting better and better and better. So, I'd love to see it. Keep an eye on rookie corner DJ Turner. Keep an eye. I mean, you might want to create a whole entire notebook on this guy. He is an absolute monster. Holy crap. I thought he was going to be good, and he's beyond expectations. Keep an eye on second round DJ Turner preseason games. He's been one of the most impressive players in training camp so far. Keep in mind that the team has not put on pads yet. The first 4 days are more about ramped up period. Turner has made a name for himself so far. Sidney Jones and Turner have each seen 8 reps at the starting cornerback position opposite of Taylor Britt with Cheeto out. So yes, DJ Turner and Sidney Jones, they've been getting first team reps, and DJ Turner has been an animal on the field. The Bengals drafted Turner to fill a significant role this season, likely as cornerback number 3. As defense coordinator Lou often states, a team can never have too many corners. If an injury were to take place between Taylor Britt and Cheeto, Lou needs options to plug in. That's why I've said many times, the most important position to have depth at is offensive line and the secondary. Those are the positions that you need depth the most. He's a guy that can wake up at 5:30 and cover, Burke said. That's what we saw when we evaluated him coming from the draft. And I really love his confidence. For him to be in a position to look back and track that type of ball, I think that's something that I'm really looking forward to seeing in the next couple weeks. Number 5, punter competition at a standstill with Drew Chrisman absent. Guys, Drew Chrisman is currently in a hospital. He gave us an update saying that he's doing a lot better, but there's some type of condition he had that put him in a hospital. We don't know all the details, but based on what I understand, it's not a football-related injury. Something's going on. And as it says right here, it's an undisclosed injury. It could be a blood clot, could be something wrong with his body. We don't know. We don't have a timetable either when he's going to return. If it is a blood clot, he could be out for months. Brad Robbins, at this moment in time, will get the job if, Drew Chrisman cannot come back. And that's just a fact of, you do have to move on as a team when someone's dealing with this. But please send all your prayers and wishes toward Drew Chrisman, because he definitely needs it at this time. Again, he should be, fine eventually, but right now he is going through it. So how does special teams coordinator Darren Simmons and Taylor plan to evaluate the position battle with Chrisman unable to compete? Darren is a pro at that. So just statistically things we're looking for and evaluating all the things that go into the competition. There will be plenty of time for Drew to come back and compete side by side with Brad, Taylor said. In the meantime, there is plenty to compare it to. And Darren has decades worth of notes to compare it to. And see what we need to be at in punting situations and give Brad things to continue to work on and try differently. That is true. I mean, technically speaking, if Brad Robbins goes out there and absolutely butchers the job and his punting is really just mid or below, average, Drew Chrisman could win the job from the hospital, technically speaking. I mean, but if he's above average or doing really good, it's probably going to go to, Brad Robbins. That's just the facts, right? But again, if, he's not doing great and he's really struggling, it could technically go to Drew Chrisman. It's very possible. So, again, you just hate to see that, though, because, I know Drew wants to be out there participating. He wants to be out there competing for the job, and, it sucks that he's not able to because of a medical condition. And again, like I said, it is what it is, but we just need to, we continue to work forward, continue to move forward as a team. And again, I hope and pray that he does recover as quickly as possible and there's no problems moving forward. With that being said, guys, tell me down below your thoughts and opinions, and we have another week of training camp to get started with. Peace out, guys.